Hello and welcome to the introduction of my Zeah only Ironman series. This is the first series and really the first gaming recording I've ever done, so I've definitely seen improvement as time's gone on, and it's been a little bit rough in the beginning. I've definitely cringed at some of the earlier episodes when I've rewatched them, but I believe I've seen improvement in it too. I do have more improvement to do with the future episodes, but hopefully you won't criticize it too harshly in the beginning. But I guess you all are free to do that as you please. As you can see, I've already done a decent amount of progress on this account. I already have 11 full episodes made, and I just started the 12th episode a couple days ago. The reason for this is because I wanted to get a decent amount of progress already done, and I didn't want to just burn out a few episodes in and decide this wasn't for me, and then disappoint people if they really like the series. So that's why I've held off so long and have stocked up on so many episodes before I started posting them. I've noticed that a lot of Zeah Ironmen do burn out at a certain wall. I've made it past that wall, and hopefully I do continue strong like I have been doing. So, for this introduction episode, I'm going to be going over the short-term, medium-term, long-term goals, and some of the exceptions for the account, such as for when I'm going to be leaving Zeah, for getting certain items to unlock major pieces of content. So this will be going over next, and here's what I got planned. So for short-term goals, I do want to start with the traditional Ironman start of getting 99 fire making from Wintertod. I won't be doing it all at once. I'll be doing some skilling throughout. That way my loot improves as time goes on from Wintertod, but that's how I'll be doing it pretty much in the beginning. I do want to get Ritual out of the way, that way I have access to potions, and I want to move my POH to Zeah. That way I don't have to use lava rooms to teleport to the POH and then train construction. It'll be a lot easier once it's here on Zeah. I do want to get 44 construction fairly early, that way I have access to all of the crafting molds, the ring molds, amulets, bracelets, that sort of thing, which will be useful later on when I'm trying to do some gear upgrades. I also will have at 42 construction toy mice unlocked, which means I can train agility and do that from 1 to 15 agility, so I can finally use the barbarian fishing over by raids, so I can use that from 15 to 60 agility and unlock a Wintertod shortcut, which is my best training they'll have to 99. For some of the medium-term goals, I do want to try to get my first kills of some of the higher level monsters to see how easy or tough they'll be, such as the Lizardman Shaman, the Brutal Blue and Red Dragons, and the Metal Dragons. Each of them have their own unique drops, and just to cover a few. Shaman, of course, the Dragon Warhammer. The Brutal Dragons have drops of some of the D'hide Vamp races and bodies, which are best in slots for me. And Metal Dragons, of course, have the Visage, along with Brutal Dragons. They also drop it. And also Dragon Legs for Metal Dragons, and Rune Crossbow limbs. In addition to that, I do want to get a rune crossbow, which will come from me killing metal dragons, the limbs, to fletch it. And I also want to fletch a magic shortbow, which will be some of my best in slot range weapons, until I get lucky from raids, hopefully. I do want to get all house favor to 100% on Zeah, that way I unlock all of the new unique stuff they have to offer for me. And I do want to get some D5 thieving, that way I can thieve from gym stalls and have a decent source of crafting experience that I can get, and also gems for fletching bolts or amulets, rings, that sort of thing. For the long-term goals, I do want to get all raids items. That'll take a while. I don't know how long, but it's definitely something that I'll be doing. I do want to get 93 Hunter for Dragon Implings, 77 Rune Crafting, and 73 Agility so I can craft Blood Runes. I do want to get Max Combat at some point, level 126 Combat. It's definitely a long-term goal for this account. I want to get 82 Fishing, that way I can unlock the best healing food aside from brews for this account, Anglerfish. And I also want to get Slayer up at some point. Now, this is kind of an issue until they add a Slayer Master at some point, which I really hope they do. I'll have to lamp up all my levels. So, it's going to be a while until I hit Dust Devils at 65 or Necreals at 80. But it is something that I have for my long-term goals. For exceptions on this account, I do have a few already planned out, but because of how future updates will go and I don't know exactly how this series will progress, I might add a few more. I don't know yet, but we'll just have to see and do them as they come. So, for the ones that I already have planned, I do want to get skill capes whenever I achieve the 99. I mean, I grind the skill here on Zeah, get 99, the maximum level, and I want to show it off, so I'll be doing that whenever I get it. I will be getting the Barbarian Fishing Rod because 160 agility with toy mice is really bad. It's like 150, 200 hours of really intensive clicking, and I do want to save my hand a little bit because, yeah, that's just not fun. Also, every other Zeah only Ironman has gotten it, so I'm going to be getting it too. For quest, I will be doing Druid Ritual. I mean, it's a quest that every area only Ironman does. It unlocks a bunch of content, and I'll be doing it. Because of bots and integrity changes, I do believe I need to do Eagle's Peak at some point. I don't know how far in that quest I'll have to go. I may have to just go up to the final step. I may have to complete it. I'm not 100% certain yet. If it's just the final step of the quest and I can then use box traps, then I won't complete the quest. I don't want to get unnecessary quest points or unnecessary experience off of Zeah if I don't have to. And for future quests, I don't know if they're going to be exclusive to Zeah or if they'll require you to go off of Zeah. I'll see how they are and kind of make the call whenever that happens. But if there's a quest which is a main Zeah story plot and it requires you to go Varrock for like one step and then come back to Zeah for the rest of it, I'll probably end up making an exception and do the quest. For items, I do want to try to get the Dragonfire Shield if I get 90 Smithing and a Visage. Now this does require me to get 32 quest points to start Dragon Slayer. The issue with being able to pay 1.2 million GP and have the guy make the Dragonfire Shield is you do need Dragon Slayer done in order for him to actually make the shield. But if I can read the wiki right, it's not 100% clear, but I believe it is if you have an anti-fire shield and you have 90 smithing with a visage, you don't need Dragon Slayer completed in order to forge it. So if I can do that, then I'll probably end up doing it. Also, in regards to the Kodai Wand, which from raids you just get the upgrade to the Master Wand which you add, I will be getting the Master Wand if I get the Kodai upgrade from raids. So I'll have to collect the runes here on Zeah, and then I'll make a trip off of Zeah in order to get the points necessary to get the wand, or the Master Wand it is. So those are the only exceptions I currently have planned. As I said, depending on how future content and such goes, I'll make the call on if I'll add anything else to this exception list. As for this introduction, I don't have too much else planned for it. In regards to the 11 episodes that I have already made, I'll be uploading them fairly close to each other. I won't be dropping them all on YouTube at once. I'll be uploading them maybe every other day or every day until I reach the current content that I'm making. Once I reach the current episodes, it'll be a bit of time in between them. I don't know how long it'll take me to get the quality clips that I want to make the episodes so they get a decent length on them. I don't want to post 2 short episodes or a bunch of episodes full of garbage to try and meet an exact deadline. So I hope you all are patient when I get to some of the later episodes, because it does take a lot longer to level up and get decent drops and such. In regards to me doing long periods of time off of Zeah, such as for Eagle's Peak and unlocking the box traps there, I'll be recording a separate video for it. So say like in episode 15 I go do Eagle's Peak or something of the sorts, I'll record the time that I'm off of Zeah. I'll then upload episode 15, and then in a separate video, which I upload at about the same time as episode 15, I'll upload the time off of Zeah. So it'll be relevant to the episode. I just don't want to fit a giant 20-minute section within an episode of me just doing a quest or something. As you can see right here, there is a clan chat that I do hang out in most of the time. It is the Zeah Only Ironman clan chat, and it's a small community of Zeah Only Ironman, but feel free to start up a Zeah Only Ironman, and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions, or if you want to jump in asking questions, just feel free. We'll be happy to answer them. And as you can see here in the chat, there is a Reddit for not just Zeah Only Ironmen, but all unique special snowflake Ironmen. That is the unique Ironman Reddit, so you can go check that out, see what other content there is available, and well, that's all I got for this. So should have the first episode uploaded by now, and you can go check that out. And I hope you enjoy the series.